Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's live. And if you saw the topic, I want to go on a little bit of a rant today. I usually am more teaching concepts and tips, and I will a little bit today. But I've been reading some articles lately, and usually I avoid the news. Usually I avoid people's really strong, opinionated platforms, generally just because it doesn't lead me anywhere good. It doesn't get me excited about life. It doesn't empower me. It doesn't help me to serve others. And so I don't really see the point in doing that. I did, however, read an article, and I'm, for the sake of keeping peace for my various audiences, I'm not going to say what it was about. But the one thing that it did bring up in me is just one of my struggles with everything going on in the world right now is I just really feel like we're getting caught up in the wrong things. I feel like we are spending so much energy as a human race fighting. And sometimes it seems so justified because we're trying to fight for a cause. And we're trying to help better someone's situation. But there's so much of trying to force everybody to better it in the way we think it should be bettered. And we're getting so caught up in every single detail of things. We're getting so caught up in judging people that are doing things differently. And we have just been whipped into a frenzy. And the media isn't helping that. That's their job. That's their goal, is to whip us into a frenzy. And it's causing more and more pain. And we're not stopping to ask, what is the collateral damage of my plan? Nobody is. Nobody's stopping to say, hey, okay, so what I think should happen in the world, what I think would make the world a better place for this group, or me, or my friend, or my loved ones. I think this should happen. We're not stopping to go, what's the collateral damage on the other end? Who will this hurt? We're so caught up in our own storyline of what things should be. We're getting caught up in the wrong things. What if instead of being so caught up in trying to prove, trying to go on social media to prove, trying to go on comments on other people's posts or articles or media blasts, what if instead of going around trying to prove everything, what if instead we just said, hey, how can I be a kinder person? How can I give more? How can I love more? Because if I'm not in a centered place, I cannot help the world improve. Because there will be an agenda that serves me. If I am not in a kind and centered place, I will be coming from an agenda that serves me first, and that does not serve the world. Doing the things the way I think they should be done is not going to serve the world. But being kind, finding ways to contribute positivity, finding ways to serve. How can I uplift the people who are struggling instead of fighting the people that I think are the problem and are the cause? How can I instead look at how my behavior affects others? How can I instead go, maybe I don't like the anger in a certain class or group of people, maybe, but what if there's anger in me? If I'm trying to fight hatred, I first have to address it inside of me. And we all have it. We all have hatred inside of us. We all have anger. We all have prejudice. Every single one of us does. And if you think you don't, and other people do, that's proof that you have it in you, if you think other people do, because that's prejudice right there. We have to address the judgment and the hatred inside. We get so caught up in our causes. We get so caught up also in the things that don't matter, as far as just the patterns and the to-dos and the things that are so external and circumstantial. So many people got so caught up, myself included at times, in the to mask or not to mask, to vaccinate or not to vaccinate. It doesn't matter. If we cannot be kind to each other, if we cannot serve and give and love, that is irrelevant. And so that is a big thing. I've had to really look at everything in my life and go, where am I getting caught up in the wrong things? Where am I doing things in a state of fear instead of a state of love? And it's completely turned so many things upside down. It's turned, my faith and my religious upbringing upside down. I've had to look at it and go, there's so many things that I was spending my time and energy on that are not the most important things. They weren't things that were helping me be kinder to other people. They weren't things that were helping me be more centered. They weren't things that were helping me to contribute and give and heal others. They were just things. Masks are just things. Vaccinations are just things. Most certainly make choices for your own self. And I'm not telling you one way or another on that, but make choices for your own self and recognize those are things. But kindness is a state of being. Kindness will heal. So I guess if there's anything that I really think is important to get out there today, is if we can all take a step back when we find ourselves fighting for a cause or fighting for a person, and just stop and go, am I just fighting, or am I actually helping increase love and kindness in the world? Because I guarantee you, you're not going to increase love and kindness through forcing people to join you. But love and kindness happens by doing acts of love and kindness. By stopping, for me, when I realized how much anger that I did have in me, as I went through a lot of transitions spiritually and started to see the things that I didn't realize were inside of me, it's simply stopping and slowing down and doing meditation or prayer or whatever your version is, and recognizing that I have to find calmness and love inside, and then I need to give it. So that is my little rant for today. I hope that if anything, I hope that it helps you to be a little bit kinder, a little bit more giving to someone, and recognize, what is your motivation? Is it purely for a cause? Is it to fight? Or do you really want to bring healing to the world? So there you go. I hope you have a wonderful week. If you haven't already, please join my Dance Your Truth with Phoenix Vincent group on Facebook. I do some extra lives on there and teach about how you can find healing through movement and how that can help you find that centered place. And I love you. I hope you have a great week.